we're live.
Hey guys. Sorry, I've been MIA. I'm still short circuiting, apparently. Um, just been a lot going on. I've been trying to process everything from meeting with the neurosurgeon. I'm still waiting to hear from ultrasound for the ultrasound of my thyroid. Just a lot. My dog's been crazy limpy the last couple of days. Just when she gets up from like laying down, mostly. Like Eli hasn't noticed her just randomly starting to limp while she's walking. But I mean, she is turning 11, I believe, in 2 days. And the fuck is up with my tooth? She had surgery on both hips when she was younger. She was born with a medical condition. My mouth feels dry. But she was born with a medical condition where the divot in her kneecap that's supposed to hold the tendon, like humans have one too. But it's supposed to hold your knee tendon in place. Hers wasn't deep enough, so the tendon kept popping out. So at a year, they went in and had to manually put it back in. But while they did that, they drilled the divot in her knee deeper so that the tendon would stay in place. And they warned me when I got it done. They said I could have left it. She'd be disabled all her life, but she could still live a long life as a disabled dog. And I didn't want that for her. I was service training her, and she just enjoyed activity too much. And then they said there's, a lot of the time when they do that surgery on dogs, they end up having to repair the other leg a year or two later, but that once both legs are done, the dogs are generally fine. So a year to the day later, when it happened again, I just saved up the money, did fundraisers and stuff to raise the money for the surgery, and got her the I think it was $1,575, something like that, per side. So I got her both sides. After the second surgery, they said, warning, now that you've done both surgeries, there's a very good chance she will get arthritis early, and possibly around 13, 14 may be time for end of life conversations. Depending on like whether or not she gets arthritis early. So I mean, she's 11 in 2 days. 11, 12, I'm not sure. I think she was born
11.
She's born in 2014, so I think that makes her 11 this year.
Yep.
So, 11 is not that early for getting arthritis, considering they thought she'd develop arthritis around 8 or 9. And then after a few years on the shots for arthritis, they tend to build up an immunity. So I'm monitoring her. It could be just because it's been getting crazy cold at night. And I mean, I can barely move. So that's been stressing me out because my dog was born into my hands. That's my baby. I will fight tooth and nail to do whatever I can to keep her with me as long as I can. But if at any point her quality of life starts to diminish, I won't pump her full of drugs for my benefit. For a couple of reasons. One, I most days can't function without my pain meds. And that's not a life I'd wish on anybody. But secondly, if my vet ever says to me, hey, we need to have a conversation, then I'm not going to be like, oh, well, let's try 500 different medications. If my vet says it's time, it's time. I made that choice when I decided to get a dog. I don't want an animal to suffer. So, with her being a little limpy when she first gets up, and she's not complaining of pain. I've pushed on her paws and joints, and you can wiggle them around, and she'll still, takes her a minute to get going, but she'll get up and she'll, limp a couple steps, and then once her joints get moving, then, she'll grab a toy and start flying around the house with a toy and jumping on you and pouncing around like a little fox hopping through some tall grass or something. So she's still got very good quality of life. She's just starting to become old. And I'm not ready for her to be old. Because I'm not ready to have to start planning for things like medications every day and then what follows. Because she needs to live forever. I know that's not possible, but still, she needs to live forever. But also, I think her being stiff and sore is really only triggering because I just talked it out with you guys. It's only when she you're so cute. Oh my goodness. It's only when she first gets up from laying down. She limps for a couple of steps. I limp for all of the steps when I try to walk, so no judgment. But I think the only reason that's really super affecting my anxiety is I can't fully process what my neurosurgeon said. I think I glazed over it with you guys. But he was checking my reflexes and he's like, yeah, you've got, considerable weakness on your right side. You've got considerable weakness on your right side. And then he went and looked at the MRI, and then he comes back and he's like, yeah, you've got, a cluster of both on both sides of the lower, on your lower spine, which is fine. And then he's like, I had mentioned that my family doctor thought I had sciatica. And he's like, oh, definitely. And then I was like, waiting for an answer. And then he's like, but I don't know what tumor is causing the pain. So, because they haven't gotten any bigger since your last MRI, I'd like you to lose weight because I think that would help. But I've had back pain since I was like 105 pounds. So I don't know how suddenly losing weight is going to be the be all end all of my problems. My fibroma are not fat soluble. They're not gonna, they don't. He just said they haven't grown. Like, they don't. They're not cheeseburger related. But apparently, if I lose weight, it'll take the pain away that was there before I gained weight. So, So my brain is just a little screwy right now from that. And due to not knowing what's going on with my thyroid. So I think the dog thing is a very, very small thing. And I think she's going to end up being okay because she doesn't. She's just a happy little mush face. You can't. She just always. And she always looks. My dog is so weird. To know if she's like not feeling well, you have to only look at her eyes. Her mouth always looks like she's smiling. Like when I was working her every single day, every store that I went into nicknamed her the Smiley Dog. And so you have to look at her eyes. The only giveaway when she's not feeling good is her eyes. But her eyes are sparkly and she's like happy-go-lucky, and she'll like grab random stuffed animals and just start playing with them. Eli got me a Build-A-Bear, a pink Build-A-Bear with a cotton candy scent in like her belly. So when you smell her, she smells like cotton candy, and she sits on the bed, like up against the pillows. And every time the dog jumps up on the bed, she'll sniff the bear, and then she has to lick the bear. So we keep trying to tell her you can't eat the teddy bear. It's not actually, but she won't destroy a teddy. She actually gets mortified if another dog destroys Stuffy. She can't understand it. She'll carry them around. She'll sleep with them. I've got like a TY that I bought because his name is Banks. And he's just a porky little cat. Just a little freaking meatball of a cat. And Marley loves to play with him, and then she'll like fluff him up with her nose. And then she lays her head on him and uses him as a pillow and goes to sleep. It's really cute. Mm-hmm. But I've been rambling for God only knows how long now. And because Eli blew a fuse, we have to go pick up some fuses so that we can operate the entire kitchen. Our building is really old. I have a bigger unit, and I don't recall it ever happening in my unit. Like, I can use my coffee maker and my kettle at the same time, and my coffee maker and my, like, microwave or toaster oven. But in Eli's apartment, which is a bachelor, if you use the kettle and the microwave or the kettle and the toaster oven, you'll blow a fuse. Sometimes in these apartments, you can blow a fuse twice before it's fried. That's not the case.
For my apartment?
The night before last, Eli was trying to make me
toast and
piece of toast and a cup of tea because I just was in too much pain. I had to take a full dose of pain meds, so I wanted to eat because I typically don't allow myself a full dose. I take a half dose. It takes the pain down to an almost tolerable level, and then I deal with it. Don't ask. I don't know why it's a thing, but it's a thing. I think it all started because I don't want to become addicted. And now it's just something that I do. Like, it just is. But because I was taking a full dose, and I typically don't do that, I was like, hey, want to make me some toast? Like, one piece of toast and a cup of tea? And I was like, sure, and then accidentally blew the fuse. So now we had to temporarily, because we were crazy busy yesterday, take the living room fuse and put it into the kitchen so that the kitchen stays powered, so the fridge is powered and everything.
So now it's a fuse hunt.
So now we have to go out and hunt down fuses for the kitchen. And now I have hiccups. So on that note, I will update you in the description if we find fuses. Wish us luck. Keep your fingers crossed. And I will try to post a video tomorrow. I will try to get back on top of recording. I just needed a minute to try to understand why he's got on file that I have been in pain before I got fat. And now I'm fat and still in pain. And he was actively looking at the fibroma tumors. For those of you that don't know what a fibroma is, he was looking at them and saying, yes, it's causing your sciatica. But if you lose weight, what? The tumors are pushing on it. I don't have sciatica because I'm a fat ass. I'm a fat ass because I have sciatica. My sciatica is what put me in the freaking wheelchair, essentially. Sort of. Sleeping is technically what put me in the wheelchair. My back seized up 100% completely, and I ended up in the chair. It is what it is. So
9:30 or 9:40.
Yeah, see, now it's gonna be a long video. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, before I go off on another repeated rant, because my brain just can't process it, my brain doesn't understand it. Hold on, see you in the next clip. Okay, one more thing before I go, and then I'm really gonna end it. See, the reason I'm so angry and the reason I'm struggling so bad to process it is he looked at the MRI and he went, yes, you have a cluster on this side of your spine and a cluster on this side of your spine. Yes, I see that it's giving you sciatica. I don't know what tumor is doing it, but there's 2 big clusters in the small of your back. One isn't going in and just removing the cluster an option. Just go take them all, be done. There you go, gone. My pain doesn't go away. Well, then, tell me I'm fat. Or, simple solution, cut me open. When you pull it open and you look inside, you can see which ones are pushing on what nerve. He's a neurosurgeon. He studies nerves. He would know by looking. If he was able to open me up and look inside, he could go, oh, the one on I don't know if he said it's lumbar or whatever. Whatever. C-spine is your upper spine. I'm just using that as an example because I can't remember what part of my spine the clusters are in. But like if he had me open, he could go, oh, the one at C2 is pushing on the nerve for the right leg, and the one at C4 is what's causing the back pain. It's pushing on the lumbar nerve or what, I don't even know if that's a thing. But you know what I mean? Like if he could see it, he could see what nerves were being pushed on by what tumors. But he's like, oh, let's just wait for them to get bigger. In the meantime, don't be fat. Bitch, I even told him I started a YouTube channel because I'm trying to get my mobility back, but I can't walk because of the pain. Oh, well, just change your diet. I'm sorry? If I eat a carrot, I'm going to be able to walk? What? So, I'm frustrated. So, I've been avoiding the internet because this. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get back into recording regularly, and as soon as the weather gets warm enough that my back doesn't lock up tighter than freaking chassis belt on a freaking, I don't know what. I almost took this to a whole different kind of video. Oh my god, I feel like Tin Man. Where's the freaking oil can? As soon as we get a warm enough spat of weather where I can waddle again, I'm going to waddle my fat ass off. And I'm going to waddle with weights in a backpack. And I'm going to do what I have to do to lose the weight so that I can go back in there and be like, bitch, look, I'm skinny, fix it. But I'm just frustrated and overwhelmed, and ultrasound won't call me back, call me, period, never mind back, won't call me to book an appointment, and my head is just gonna explode, and now my dog's decided to be limpy, and, anyways, so for the rant, I just apparently really needed to vent. Forgive me. You're not my therapy. I just needed to work it out loud. I've been trying to work it out loud, Eli, but it just, neither one of us can figure out why it's being done this way and why, like, oh, just lose weight. I have right here that you've been in pain since you were super skinny, but just lose weight. It'll work this time. I started out with pain from tumors. Now I have pain because I'm fat, apparently. See, no, I'm not that angry. I know I'm fat. Don't get me wrong. I'm fat. But there's no way to freaking slice it. I'm fat. And I'm going to fix that I just wish he would take me more seriously. Anyways, we are grateful for you. And if you made it to this point in the video, oh my God, you are a hero. We love you, each and every single one of you. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video.